Welcome back to Adventures in Comics, and we're going to take a look at the 1984 12-issue series, Secret Wars. And,
I had no experience with this.
well, this is, I think, the first big crossover event in Marvel history. I think there were some other things, like the Avengers meet the X-Men, or the Avengers and the Fantastic Four meet, or the wedding of the Fantastic Four, where a lot of their heroes come, but it wasn't like a multi-issue event.
I like this. Everybody's pretty normal, except for Ben.
Yeah, he looks weird in that drawing.
He's crazy.
This art is by Mike Zeck, and it was written by Jim Shooter, who just passed away last summer.
Yeah.
And I think maybe Contest of Champions might have preceded this, but it's kind of known as the big multi-team Marvel event that started all of those. So there's been Secret Wars 2 a few years after this, which a lot of people didn't like. And we have a lot of tie-ins to Secret Wars 2 in our collection.
Oh, okay.
Like issues of the regular, like Fantastic Four or Avengers that tie into or like lead up to the story of Secret Wars 2. I think we have some tie-ins for regular Secret Wars, because I have the Fantastic Four issue where they get transported to this world and they leave Sue behind.
I wonder if Kurt always pops in looking like his toes are going to tickle you.
Yeah, he's coming in toe first.
I know.
And there's actually a newer series called Secret Wars that I have been reading by Jonathan Hickman from the 2010s, I think. That doesn't have anything to do with this, really.
Other than the title?
It's got, yeah, I guess that there's some similarities in the Beyonder and Doom becoming more powerful and stuff like that, but it's not like a direct sequel to this. So, and I think they're making an Avengers movie called Secret Wars 2. There's the Doomsday one that's coming out in December of 26.
I can't wait for that.
Me too. And I think Secret Wars is coming after that. And I would bet that it probably has very little to do with this story. Because most of the time when the MCU takes a title like Age of Ultron, it's not a direct adaptation. They'll take like inspiration from a storyline in the comics, or a title that people recognize. Because Age of Ultron was a series in the 2000s, I think, the early 2000s.
Ultron is terrifying.
And Age of Ultron in the comics is like a dystopian world where Ultron's already won, and there's like a small band of heroes that are still survived.
Alive.
Yeah,
Must kill
and the movie's way different than that. So, yeah, I'm excited to see this. It's also been criticized as a big toy commercial, because that's kind of the premise. It's like you get all the heroes that you like from Marvel together and the villains in one big thing. And then they're in one new world with a giant base. They each have their own big bases that they say are like 45 of the Pentagon combined or something like that. I don't know if he's just
because at one point Reed Richards says something like, go
the 415th floor or something like that. Yeah. It's like, how'd they have time to explore all that? So anyway, why don't we get started? This series also introduces the Beyonder, who pops up a lot in Marvel mythology. First here, and then the Beyonder comes back for Secret Wars 2. And actually that more contemporary Secret Wars by Jonathan Hickman uses the Beyonder, but not as an individual. There's actually, they retconned it where he belongs to a whole race of Beyonders.
Yeah.
And Doom steals their power, which kind of has something in common with this Secret War. The original Secret Wars, because Doom's trying to steal Galactus's power and the Beyonder's power too in this. So anyway, we start in space, and we have suddenly this big fortress appears. This is that thing I was talking about in the
like a big space station.
Fantastic Four in the mainline series. Ben and Johnny and Reed find this in like Central Park, I think, and as soon as they go up to it, they get disappeared. So here's our credits. Jim Shooter's the writer, Mike Zeck is the penciler, John Beatty does inks, Joe Rosen does letters, Christy Shield is the colors, and Tom DeFalco edited the thing.
I like Ben's face.
I know there's a lot of good reaction shots in this first issue.
Yeah.
So everybody's disoriented because
They
they're in
disappeared.
some uncharted portion of space. And it's weird that the Hulk is talking in regular Banner speak in this one.
Calling him Captain Obvious.
So they're trying to get their bearings. I like how Iron Man's confused. He's like, obvious. What did he say?
Do you think that's the Tony Stark?
It's definitely not. Later in Secret Wars, because I've read parts of this before, takes his armor off. It's Rhodey in this continuity.
Okay. Because
I think this is around the Demon in the Bottle where Tony quits or takes a break from being Iron Man or something. So that makes sense that he would be. I wonder if everybody's like, did Iron Man get a lot dumber recently?
Yes.
He used to know a lot about science. And this is like classic Fantastic Four dialogue of like, he uses $5 words, but he'll explain it eventually. He'll use one-syllable words for the thing. Thing's looking a little cross-eyed.
Yes, he is.
And Magneto's back there looking pretty scared.
Well, you got your heroes, and then why the heck, you know?
Rogue's in her original costume, that weird green.
Yeah.
I don't know about that green costume. I like the more contemporary costume.
I do too, yeah, for her. And Kurt, of course.
The war begins. So everybody does their intros. This is like the toy commercial.
Yes.
So we got three main teams, I guess. We've got the Avengers, which in this continuity is Wasp, who's the leader, I think, currently.
Yeah.
Captain America, She-Hulk instead of Classic Hulk in the original Avengers lineup. Captain Marvel, and this is the energy-based Captain Marvel instead of the one in the black costume with the sash.
Yeah.
I guess she had energy powers, but I don't know enough about Captain Marvel to talk about the.
Yeah, and we do have Captain Marvel one version.
We have the earlier version. Is that Carol Danvers that was the original Well,
no.
First it was the male Captain Marvel,
yeah.
and then the female. So the name's gone through a few characters, I guess. But Thor, of course, Hawkeye, Iron Man, Captain America, the classic quartet there. And we have the X-Men. Storm's got her 80s mohawk look.
I hated that look, even though, it was pretty cool, but
and this is post Claremont X-Men, so this is, a while after the International X-Men, where we've got Colossus, Wolverine, Nightcrawler, Rogue, and no Beast, no Angel, no Iceman to be found. The original, no Marvel Girl or Jean Grey. She had died. I think. I think during this portion of X-Men continuity, Cyclops is with Madeline Pryor, the clone or whatever.
Yeah. And Lockheed.
And then Kitty Pryde isn't here, but the dragon's here. Lockheed the dragon's here. And then the Hulk stands alone. He's not affiliated with the team, nor is Spider-Man. And then 3 of the Fantastic Four. So we've got Avengers, we've got X-Men, we got Fantastic Four, and then a couple individuals.
Yeah, I think you had all those action figures.
I think I probably did. I definitely had action figures of all of these characters. I think
Maybe
the only ones,
Rogue.
maybe not Wasp, maybe not that version of Rogue. I think I had a newer version.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think I had Captain Marvel or She-Hulk. Maybe not Thor. I don't know if I ever owned a Thor figure now that I think about it.
Yeah.
I don't know if I had Hawkeye, but I definitely had probably all the X-Men.
I think you had
not
Green
Lockheed.
Arrow.
Probably. That's like a DC character.
Yeah.
So probably have that one. But I had Hulk for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the classic Avengers.
You used to get so mad when Brenna would go in and play with your
I know, they're mine.
action figures.
So this is one of those great reaction shots. There's like close-up. There's a couple close-up shots that are really good. I think this one's good.
That one's very good.
Got a really wide chin, though.
He kind of looks like, what's the actor who plays him? I can't remember his name now. But he looks like him in that drawing.
Chris Evans?
Yes.
Is that who it is? So then they see Galactus. And so I guess the villains are in one space station looking thing. The heroes are in another. So at the villains space station, we get to see their assortment, which is some of them are really powerful. Enchantress, Ultron. I don't know about the Wrecking Crew. I guess they're pretty
Right.
powerful. Absorbing Man, Molecule Man, Kang, Doctor Doom, Doctor Octopus, and then the Lizard. He seems a little out of his depth.
Well,
Especially when they draw him with the lumpy head.
With
and
the-
he
yes.
doesn't have big sharp teeth and claws.
it seems to me that Molecule Man and Ultron would be the two that stood out as power, but Doom's got the brains, where he can
Yeah, and this
kind of outthink them.
version of Molecule Man, he's so timid that
Therapy.
he's easily... Yeah, he went to therapy, so he's less villainous. Notice how much green is on the villain's side. Kang, Dr. Octopus, Dr. Doom, Absorbing Man, Molecule Man, and Enchantress, and Lizard are all green purple. You could say one of the Wrecking Crew he's like a lime green. He's got the same color as Crusher Creel's shoes there, I guess. If we go back to the heroes, I wonder if there's a predominant color scheme.
I was trying to match up the heroes to who they fought.
Hawkeye, Wasp, and Hulk have green purple going on.
Yeah, and
blue
Rogue's got
purple. She's got the green purple.
greeny.
Yeah, she's got
Yellow
the same
green.
light green as one of those Wrecking Crew guys.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess a lot of blue.
Blue, yeah.
Blue, 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 blue. Blue. Just the underwear on the thing.
Things in a Speedo.
But a lot of the same tint of green for the villains.
Yeah.
They all go to the same store. They go to the same tailor.
Oh, yeah, and Doc Ock. He's green as well.
Mm-hmm. He's got the orange
So we've got two Spidey villains.
contrast. Yeah, two Spidey. Kang and Molecule Man. I feel like Kang is mostly an Avengers villain. The Wrecking Crew, probably mostly Avengers. I know that the guy with the enchanted crowbar is kind of a Thor, but we can wrap him up into the Avengers. Enchantress also a Thor villain, but kind of becomes an Avengers villain. Ultron definitely an Avengers villain.
Mm-hmm.
And then I guess Doctor Doom's Fantastic Four, and then Molecule Man. Avengers, I guess they mentioned in one of the issues that the Avengers talked him out of destroying the world or some things. But I think
Right.
he's appeared in Fantastic Four as well, if I'm not
But
mistaken.
I'm just wondering, who are the mutant enemies except for...
Just Magneto, and then they
Yeah,
put him on the hero side. Yeah, the Wrecking Crew is the Wrecker, Thunderball, Pile Driver, and Bulldozer.
Oh, my...
So I think Thunderball is this guy. He's got the ball and chain, even though
Okay.
so does Absorbing Man has a ball and chain. They don't ever address that. They both have balls and chain.
Yeah.
And the Wrecker is the crowbar guy I was struggling to think. I can't remember Bulldozer and Pile Driver. These two guys are somewhat interchangeable. Bulldozer and Pile Driver.
Even their
one of them.
names.
And and I guess Galactus was roped in, so he's a Fantastic
So-
Four villain, or kind of an Avengers villain, but definitely Fantastic Four.
Right.
Weird color change in Doc Ock there. He
Oh,
chameleoned
yeah.
onto Galactus's leg there for a second. They got off model and made him blue and orange. Even his glasses are blue.
Wow.
It's a little weird. I like when we're so far away that there's just little dots for their
Yes.
mouths and eyes. It makes them look less villainous.
And the lizard looks crazy.
So Doctor Doom doesn't want to be manipulated. He's going to try to come up with his own plan. This is another one of those good reaction shots, though.
Yes.
He looks
This would be a
scared.
great poster.
And he's like, why is Magneto over here if they separated us?
Well, what's a slime ball?
You don't even see his eyes in there.
Oh,
He looks scared.
I know. And then he's at the very end. But I find it more appropriate to ask why such as you were judged to be fit to be placed in my presence.
Yeah, I know. He doesn't... The expression doesn't really match the arrogance.
Yeah.
But I guess it's because he stands up for his mutant race that the Beyonders are like, I can't tell if he's good or bad.
Yeah.
And then they
Yeah.
see an entire galaxy being destroyed. So both the space stations are kind of in a force field hovering as they watch a galaxy get snuffed out.
This is cool.
And there's almost nothing. Even Thor's scared. Iron Man's really scared. And then it's all reassembled into this planet. And there's one star it's orbiting.
That's great. It looks like what's his name? Not Element Man, or he was in Superman last. What is?
Oh, Metamorpho?
Yeah, Metamorpho. It's like Metamorpho Planet.
So they're bickering while Doom is trying to he's kind of trying to get the lay of the land, and Absorbing Man's picking a fight with Doc Ock. They get blasted by Ultron. Ultron's like, I don't know who resurrected me. He's made of indestructible adamantium and had been destroyed. There's several versions of him throughout the years. But he's like, I am supposed to kill all living things, so I'll just kill all of you. But Absorbing Man can just absorb the blast. It doesn't hurt him. Doom's trying to convince Molecule Man to intervene, and he's like, I'm in therapy now. I'm just Owen Reese.
Dude, this is a great panel. Doom
convinces him to smack Ultron into Galactus's leg, or into his ankle. So that gets Galactus's attention, just barely. And this is kind of awkward angle.
Yes.
He looks weird. It's not a flattering angle for Galactus. So Galactus levitates Ultron up to his head level and sucks out his sentience. Like he takes his life force away. Stuffs him out, and now he's just an empty shell of armor. Doc Ock is saying, Ultron contained more power than an H-bomb.
That is one bad dude.
Bad with two A's.
Yeah.
And then Galactus goes back to not paying attention to them, and they see a void opening in the blackness of space.
Wow.
And it's delivering a message. I am from beyond. Slay your enemies, and all you desire shall be yours. And it's in a weird font. Nothing you dream of is impossible for me to accomplish. And they believe him. You, Beyonder! Hear me, hear Galactus. I sense that you are truly a being from beyond this universe, this multiverse. I sense the energies you wield, and I know. So he wants the Beyonder to take away his hunger for eating planets. Because in this era, Galactus was kind of a tragic figure. I think this is after the trial of Galactus in the Fantastic Four, where Reed is arrested by the Shi'ar Empire. And they're like, how could you save Galactus's life when he kills so many people and destroys their planets? And they have to do a big philosophical debate about how Galactus is like a primal force of nature. And without Galactus, the universe would become imbalanced and all this. So rather than, originally Galactus in the 60s, he fought Fantastic Four and was repelled by the Ultimate Nullifier. He appeared in some Thor comics early on, and they fleshed out like his backstory a little bit, and that's when it started to develop as like, well, he's not doing it because he's evil. He's just really hungry.
Yeah.
So if your planet was made out of a bread bowl or something, some wouldn't blame somebody for eating it. So he's a tragic figure, and he flies towards the void. He's like, I'm going to make you, release me from my hunger. I'm not going to play your game. And Doom follows him. And the force field just narrowly closes behind Doom.
Doom's like as big as his big toe. Maybe baby toe.
Yeah.
Pinky toe Doom.
Galactus' size really fluctuates too, though, because there's that classic John Byrne cover of Fantastic Four where the Fantastic Four are fighting him alongside Thor and some other people. And he's big, but he's not like a skyscraper or bigger. And then sometimes he's like a skyscraper is nothing to him.
Like in the movie, yeah.
Right, so... yeah, like when he looks at the Statue of Liberty, he's like, that's stupid. So I guess it has to do with how much energy he currently has absorbed.
Right. Well, he just ate an H-bomb.
That's true. That's nothing to him, though.
Wow.
So they're going to go zoom into the void, but it says, stop, you cannot approach me. The barriers will repulse you. And Galactus is like, no.
Nope, I'm coming.
This is a cool panel
Yeah,
for
it
the
is.
colors, like those reds and purples. But they get bounced off. They go flying, and the Beyonder closes the void. They were swatted back like flies. To the Beyonder, even Galactus is less than a fly, Captain.
Wow. I wonder, is the Beyonder the ones that look like babies sometimes? And
No,
then
that's the
that's
Watcher.
the Watchers. Ah,
The
okay.
Watu. The Beyonder wasn't invented until the 80s. The Watcher was in the 60s in the Fantastic Four. He's the
yeah.
one that told them about Galactus in Fantastic Four in Galactus's first appearance. He's the one that's always supposed to observe and record, but never interfere, but always interferes every time. It's like, I'm not
But
supposed to tell you this.
actually-
Like, okay, just tell us. We know. We don't have to go through a whole thing. We know you're going to tell us. It's like the lady in a small town that's like, I'm not supposed to gossip, but... like, we know you're going to tell us.
Oh,
So
that's
then they
great.
get the space stations get docked on this newly formed planet out of the materials of that galaxy they snuffed out. They assembled Battle World, and they're beamed down.
How bizarre.
They need to decide who's going to be the leader. So Captain America asks Reed Richards to look out, but they don't see the villains. They're still trying to figure out, what do we do with Magneto? He's posing a lot, and his
Nobody.
cape is flying in the wind. He doesn't seem to be doing anything bad besides
Look at the way his
posing.
cape is flying.
Like when they call him Maggie.
I know. Throughout this whole thing, they're calling him Maggie.
Maggie. He probably hates that. And she says in X-Men 150, you killed a whole submarine full of people. He says it was an act of war. He was justified. They shot him. So they go through their whole debate about whether Magneto is a genocidal maniac or if he's justified some of the time. And it's like, well, he didn't really become justified until like the Chris Claremont era. In the 60s onwards, he was always just doing evil shit. He called his organization the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants.
Yes. And some of those were.
And they're like, hear him out. He's not that bad.
And why would Hawkeye is basically kind of a gym bro with
He's
tricks,
yeah.
you know?
He's really belligerent for somebody with no powers.
Yeah, to grab Cyclops of all people.
Right.
You hit him
I
and
know Cyclops' costume looks so tight, but there's a lot of baggage that you can grab from it, apparently. So, Human Torch threatens to take out Magneto, and Magneto retaliates with
you dare.
some magnetic rock, I guess, some ore. And Cyclops is like, let's not all fight amongst each other. We got to fight the whole cadre of villains. And Magneto's like, bah, I'll go off by myself. And Hulk is like, magnetic repulsion. He apparently can ride the lines of force of the magnetic field encircling most worlds, including this one. He's very thoughtful.
And Iron
version
Man's
of
like,
Hulk.
huh?
Magnet, what?
Oh,
So-
man.
Professor X says that Reed should be the leader, but he's like, I'm still thinking about my unborn child and getting back home. And then they're like, maybe the Hulk. And they're like, why don't we have Captain America do it? The Hulk's, I know he's more intelligent than he normally is, but he later on, his temper really, you can tell he's angry, even though he's smart.
Yeah. Interesting.
And Wasp
to
says-
have both him and She-Hulk.
Right? It's funny that She-Hulk isn't all broad like he is. She's still pretty skinny for being super strong. It's like, why doesn't the Hulk just be regular size then?
Yeah, because Bruce Banner is regular size.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wasp is like, well, technically I'm the leader, but Captain America is, it's Captain America. He doesn't have that many powers, so we let him lead.
Aw.
Captain America's like, well, maybe Professor X, you can read minds. It's probably a good power to have. And Professor X is like, yeah, you don't have very many powers, do you?
No,
But you've got courage. Wolverine is skeptical. He's like, hey, he's the least of us. He can't do anything. I won't follow him. But this is before they retconned Wolverine worked with Captain America in World War II and all that. Otherwise, he would have trusted him. But Thor's like,
Right.
hey, I'll follow him. And I'm really powerful if you weren't aware of that.
Right. I'm a
So
god
that's
for
settled.
me's sake.
And I like how Galactus gets knocked out, but Doctor Doom is like, I'm okay. Galactus got totally rocked. And he's unconscious, but Doom gains consciousness first and walks around.
Well, he's got that low power source that protects
Well, if
him.
he has a force field, you think Galactus would too.
Yeah, true.
In fact, Galactus most of the time does, because people just bounce off of him. So he goes back in the Citadel, where Dr. Octopus is making some new weaponry, because they've got advanced technology that they, it's so advanced where it does things that they're not normally accustomed to, but they understand how it works instantly.
But yeah, that's the thing that about this issue that I found bizarre. All the bad guys are, and Doom included, is like it's all advanced, but they just know how to work it. It's like they just
well, it would be boring to be like, well, we had to read the manual, so like, issues 4 through 7 are them reading the manual.
But
they have to find the manual and then learn the alien language, and then
back in the Heroes Citadel, though, Reed is like, "Oh, I'm trying to figure out how this monitor works."
That's true.
It's like,
well,
what?
then he gets the healing pods working pretty fast, though.
Well, that's true.
But yeah, he does say something like that. It's above his like it's gonna take him a long time to figure out.
Yeah.
So they're like, we hoped you survived, Doom. We need you to figure out what to do. And he's like, all you can think about is getting your stupid prize. He doesn't want to play the Beyonders game. And so they start to question his leadership. And Owen Reese is like, what if we win? We can wish for a lot of friends and a nice house and a yard and a girl. I know. He's an incel. And Doom's like, we're not microbes. We gotta kill the god that brought us here instead of obeying him. And they're like, but he took down Galactus. What are you gonna do? Fools! So he blasts them.
Activate Doom.
And he like crashes the whole room down on them. And he's like, I'm gonna take off and do my own thing. I like that they do that though, because Doom and Magneto definitely would stick on their own. I feel like.
Yeah,
Dr.
definitely.
Octopus formed the Sinister Six to fight Spider-Man, so I could see him being more a group dynamic guy or trying to take charge. But Doom and Magneto are not like team players.
I wonder if they've ever come up against each other in their own book.
They definitely have teamed up in supervillain team up, Magneto and Dr. Doom. But maybe we should look those ones up, because you think Magneto would be able to crush Doom?
In his own suit,
right? But I guess he probably uses non-ferrous metal or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, he even says that the alien vessel is child's play to operate.
One of my intellect.
And then I like how they do the same dialogue almost exactly. So Kang sees him leave, and he's like, "Well, this gun is operating in simplicity because of my intelligence." And they talk about how Kang is a descendant of Doom from the future. So I guess he's like, "I'm gonna even steal his turns of phrase."
Right.
So he shoots Doom down. Wow. Because he thinks he's going to betray the villain team.
Well, I mean, Doom was trying to talk him out of fighting because he saw in an instant what actually was trying to be played out by the Beyonder.
Yeah.
But Doom, you know that he only wants to kill that guy for his power. So he can be.
Well, he doesn't want to be a pawn, too. So they see the explosion. They're like, that was like a nuclear bomb going off. And Storm uses the winds, which in this battle world are optimally set up for her weather powers. Like she remarks at some point that it's really easy to use her powers on this world. And they see Dr. Doom struggling from the wreckage, and they go to help him, and he's like, bah, screw you guys. Doom needs the aid of no man.
What a jerk.
But you could help me up for a second. So he gets up. And he doesn't want their pity, so he blasts them too. Just like he likes to do. And he takes off. So he blasts the villain and takes off. He blasts the heroes and takes off. If he could just fly on his own power, why did he need that ship? I guess he probably only has so much fuel or energy. And the first issue concludes with an invasion by the remaining villains. So Doom takes off, Magneto's taken off, but we do have the Wrecking Crew, Enchantress, Kang, Molecule Man, Absorbing Man, Lizard and Doc Ock coming to attack the Avengers, X-Men, and Fantastic Four, and a couple individuals like Hulk and Spider-Man. So, yeah, the big action figure battle is set up. That's what I would spend my times doing with my action figures, is figure out a reason. Like, you have to have them talk to each other. Like, oh, I'm mad at you for this reason. Oh, yeah. And they go back to their bases. And yeah, so everything's set up for the big confrontation in Secret Wars 2, which has a cover. I like this Magneto cover.
Oh, yeah.
And they're all saying, is he good? Is he bad? He's mostly pretty bad, but he does have a point from time to time. So we'll see that in the next issue. And yeah, we're going to do all 12 Secret Wars. Maybe we'll even do Secret Wars 2 after. Or maybe we'll save that one for later. So if you enjoyed this, like the video and subscribe to our channel. And we'd love to read your comments. And stay tuned for Secret Wars issue number 2 in the next episode.